If you own real estate, you probably heard that you need to put your properties in an LLC. The problem is nobody has shown you exactly how to do it. Like, should you put them all in one LLC? Should they be separate? What state should the LLC be in? Do you need a holding company, etc.? So today, I'm gonna give you the step-by-step blueprint on how to transfer your properties into a LLC. Then I'm gonna give you the insight on how many LLCs you need and when you actually need to take advantage of a holding company. All that and more on today's episode. What's up, family? Welcome back to another episode of Tax-Free Living, where I teach entrepreneurs and investors just like you how to live tax-free. I'm your host, Carter Cofield, CPA extraordinaire. I've been getting a lot of compliments on this profit hat. So I don't want to just hold the goods away from you all. So if you're liking the hat, all you have to do is go to shop.melaninmoney.com to get your hat. And if you're loving the content that this channel is providing, just do me one favor. Just hit that subscribe button, right? I ain't even gonna tell you to like it today. I'm gonna just say, hit the subscribe button. Now, if you wanna like the video, you can. Hit that subscribe button as we're chasing our 50,000 subscribers. The more people we can impact, the better the world will be. So today, we have a very amazing episode because last episode got such tremendous feedback in the comments where Carter, thank you for teaching us how to transfer our vehicles into an LLC, but what about real estate? So since I'm a man of the people, I said, let's run it back. Let's run it back, Turbo. So today's episode is going to be how to put your real estate into your LLC, right? When to do it, how to do it, do you need to do it, and all the things above. So I'm gonna teach you first how to purchase a property in your LLC. Then I'm going to teach you how to transfer a property that you already own into your LLC. The way I want to start this episode is I want to tell you the advantages of doing so, because it's so important to understand why we want to transfer our properties into an LLC in the first place. So the primary benefit of doing so is going to be asset protection, right? So real estate and being a real estate owner and being a landlord is probably one of the most highly litigated businesses that you can be in. Like, tenants sue their landlords every day. And if a tenant trips, falls, breaks a leg on your property and you don't have it in the LLC, you are completely exposed. You're wide open. They can sue you for the property. And guess what? They can also sue you for your personal assets, like your home, like your vehicles, like your bank accounts. And we don't want that, right? So by putting the property in the LLC or by purchasing the property in the LLC, we get a layer of protection. So if something does happen to somebody in one of our properties, they can sue us for the property, but that's it, right? My mentor says it, and I love repeating it. Getting wealthy is hard enough the first time. We don't want to have to do it twice, right? So protecting your assets is so important. And that is the main reason why we're talking about moving our real estate into LLC. Let's get to the step-by-step guide. So step number one, if you want to purchase real estate in an LLC, step number one is set up your LLC. Again, LLC University is a free website teaching you how to set up an LLC in all 50 states. You go there, you set up your LLC, get your articles of organization, you're going to get your EIN, and you're going to get your operating agreement. Step number two, after your LLC is set up properly, right? You want to then set up a business bank account. Again, all of the income and expenses from this property is not going to come to your personal account. It's going to come to your business bank account. So all the income to your business bank account and all the expenses out of your business bank account. Let's not be ghetto. We're not operating this out of our personal account, okay? Step number three, you want to search for a business-friendly mortgage company. We did some research, and the best banks that we were able to find, the best mortgage companies that we were able to find that allow you to purchase a property in your LLC is Spencer Saving Bank is number one. First National Bank of America is number two. And then Velocity Mortgage is number three. These are the top three that we found. Not to say they're not more out there, but if you're going to purchase a property in your LLC, you're going to have to get a mortgage company that is okay with having your LLC be the owner and not you, which is harder to find than most. What's up, family? If it's one thing that I know is true, is that you can survive without community, but you can't thrive without community. And in order to build true community, you have to get in the right room with the right people. And so we wanted to create that room especially for you. This is why we have Wealth Weekend. This is gonna be a weekend experience where you're gonna get amazing education, amazing experiences, and amazing entertainment all in one weekend so you can become that first generation millionaire in your family. Because one thing I stand on is generational curses ran in my family until they ran into me. So my question is, are you gonna be that curse breaker for your family? And if you want to, you need to join Wealth Weekend. So click the link below and we'll see you there. And let's get back to the episode. Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, the problems that's gonna come with doing this. Number one, is that loans for LLCs typically require a 25% down payment. 25%. And your interest rate is likely to be higher than it would if it was a personal loan. So let's analyze this for a second. You could purchase a property right now, first-time home buyer, for 3.5% down. And even if you're not a first-time home buyer, there are programs that allow you to get a home for 10% down. Buying an LLC, they're gonna want 25% because LLCs are considered to be more risky than people taking out a personal loan, right? On top of that, your interest rate is gonna be high. Now, the average mortgage rate today is above 7%, personally. And that's if you have good credit. Getting this loan for your mortgage through your business, that loan could be north of 10% for a mortgage. So you want to be very, very cognizant of this going into trying to purchase a property in your LLC. Okay. And there are programs, right? There are programs, I think it is DSCR programs that allow you to leverage the rental income of the property to lower your interest rate and lower your down payment, but they don't have to, like, you might not be qualified for those programs. They don't have to give it to you. So step number 4 is you want to find the home. Once you have the financing, you want to find the home, and then obviously you want to close on the home and pay all the fees needed for the closing, again, out of your business bank account. Now, the fees for closing are not deductible, but you still want to make sure you're separating the entity and not paying these out of your personal account. Step number 5 is you're gonna need to purchase homeowners insurance. And if I were you, I would also purchase E&O insurance, error and omission insurance, or umbrella insurance on top of this, because again, this is highly litigated. So if you can get umbrella insurance or E&O on top of your homeowners insurance, then that would be my recommendation. And then step number 6 is again, ensure all expenses come in and out of the business bank account. So now we're gonna talk about how do we properly transfer real estate that we already own to our LLC that we're going to set up or that we already have, right? And in my opinion, this is the better way to go, right? I'd rather you purchase the property in your personal name than transfer it after, because purchasing property in your business name is going to be tough. Step number 1, prepare all your documents. You need your LLC, your EIN, your proof of insurance for the property, your all your mortgage statements. And then you're going to need to get an ownership transfer form that your estate attorney should have for you, right? Step number 2 is you want to hire an attorney for this, okay? Do not try to do this on your own. You want to work with an attorney to properly structure your quitclaim deed, which will allow you to transfer the title of the property from your personal name to your business name, okay? So a few notes on this. Note number 1, you're signing over the transfer rights and the seller rights of ownership of the property. You are not transferring the mortgage rights. So why is that important? When you do the quitclaim deed to transfer your property into your LLC, you're still personally liable for the mortgage. So don't think that you can like file bankruptcy and like not pay them. No, you are signing over the ownership, not the mortgage requirement, which is very important. Note number 2, doing a quitclaim deed and transferring the property from your personal name to your LLC could trigger your due on sale clause with your mortgage. What does this mean? That means the mortgage company could legally, if they wanted to, make your mortgage immediately due at the moment of the transfer, and you will have to pay for the whole property. Now, I've been teaching and doing this myself and helping clients do this for the last 11 years. We have never seen that happen. We have never seen anybody who did a quitclaim deed, transfer their personal property to their LLC, have to actually had their due on sale clause trigger and had to process their mortgage. And the reason why is because the banks shouldn't know about this in the first place. Like if you do the transfer and as long as you're still paying your mortgage on time every single month, why should they know? Like don't call them, the mortgage company, say, hey, I'm about to do a quitclaim deed. Do y'all have any opinion? No, just do the quitclaim deed, keep paying your mortgage and leave the banks out of this for this moment, because we don't need them knowing, as long as they get paid, that's all they should be worried about. Now, step number 3 is extremely important. You're then going to need to pay the real estate transfer taxes that are going to be due for this transfer. Now, I didn't know this until I did my research. If you do this transfer, there are actually real estate transfer taxes that you have to pay. And what's crazy about this is that it is dependent on the state that you live in, so that they can vary widely, right? So in an example, I did some further research on it. You could purchase a $500,000 home in Colorado and your transfer tax is only going to be $50, right? Because Colorado's rate is 1 cent for every $100 in value. But in Florida, right, if you live in Florida, where the rate is one of the highest, you could be, for that same $500,000 property, you could be due $3,500 in transfer tax. So you want to do the research and see what the real estate transfer tax is in your state before you do this, because it could be more costly than you expect. Step number 4, equally important. When you transfer your property to your LLC, and you have people renting out that property, you already have tenants in there. You now need to change the name on the rental contract from your name to the LLC's name. So they're no longer in contract with you, the owner. They're in contract with the LLC, which is now the owner of the property. Because here's what's going to happen. If you do this whole transfer, you do your quitclaim deed, you do all this, but the the rental contract with your renter still says your name, and they want to sue you, they can still sue you because the contract is binding between you and them. So you want to make sure you go back to all your tenants and rewrite their contracts, have them re-sign it, because they're now in contract with the LLC that owns the property, not you. And last but not least, you want to ensure that all the income and expenses come out of the business bank account. So now let's talk about advantages and disadvantages of doing this. So we already talked about the advantages at the beginning. When the main advantages is privacy. When the main advantages is asset protection, right? Asset protection and building that layer between you and the property is vital. You need to protect your assets. So moving your property into an LLC sets up that extra layer of protection. The second advantage is privacy, right? When you transfer the title to your business, it removes your name from title. So now you have another level of privacy from the person being able to know who the owner of the property is. So you get asset protection and you get privacy, right? Now, the disadvantage of this is, number 1, the due on sale clause could be triggered, right? We talked about that. You don't want to have that due on sale clause triggered. It might not happen, but it could happen. And the second con about this is the fact that it could be costly, right? With the paying the attorney to do the quitclaim deed, paying the real estate transfer taxes, this can all be costly. But in my opinion, that is a minimal cost, an inconsequential cost compared to the cost of litigation if you don't have this set up. Okay? Very important. Now, I want to spend some time talking about holding companies and which state should you have the LLC set up in? So I'll tackle the latter first. If you own real estate, you need to set up the LLC in the state that the rental property is in. So if you own a real estate property in Illinois and you own another real estate property in Texas, you need to open up a LLC in Illinois and put the Illinois property in that LLC. You also need to open up LLC in Texas and put that property, the Texas property, in the Texas LLC, right? You have to set up the LLC in the state that it's set up in. Now, if you want an extra layer of protection, you can set up a holding company in Wyoming, Nevada, Delaware, right? And that holding company can own the two LLCs, the one in Illinois and the one in Texas, giving you an extra layer of protection. And the reason that we can set up this LLC and wherever we want to is because that LLC is not owning any of the assets. It owns the LLCs that own the assets. Because you all know that I am against people lying and telling you to set up your operational businesses in Nevada and Wyoming. You need to set up your operational businesses in the state that you operate. But this holding company is not really operating. It's just holding. Therefore, you can set up the holding company in Delaware, Wyoming, and Nevada, which has some of the highest privacy protection laws and will further help protect you in future or potential litigation. So that is the ins and outs of transferring properties or purchasing properties in your LLC. Please hit the subscribe button and hit that like button if you enjoyed the content, right? And share it with a friend because, you know, our goal with this channel is to give education that the school system unfortunately has failed us in. And at Melanin Money, we'll do everything that we can to provide value. So other than that, I'll see you all on the next episode. Peace out.